Y'all ready for some more? Yeah. Can I get a next pin?
Next pin.
Can I get a next pin?
Next pin.
Next pin.
Next pin.
Y'all, coming to this mic next. Learning the difference between surviving and being whole. Recognizing that endurance is not the same as healing. Y'all give it up for Deb, the poets.
So I went to this poetry event the other night. Some poet got up and did a poem that was good, and when they finished, the room did what poetry rooms do. We snapped. And I've done that so many times, I don't even really have to think about it. Just lift my hands and let them answer. But this time, something was off. My right hand snapped like it always known the address of approval, like the sound lived there, paid rent there, kept a key under the mat, but my left hand kept sliding past itself. Thumb to finger, finger to thumb, all that contact and still no click, just skin, failing to become spark, just a body part looking for a door it could not figure out how to open, and I laughed at first. Because that is what we do when the body says something the soul has been hiding. So I went at it harder, quicker, pressing at it like effort was a kind of salvation. Like if I made enough friction, maybe the sound would finally break open. So I just kept trying. Because sometimes the hardest thing to live with is not brokenness, but contradiction. The private war of being made up of opposites. And I started to see my hands as evidence. The right one fluent, the left one fractured. The one is arriving, the other never landing. My right hand knows how to trust God. My left hand knows how to deny him. One is David, the other Goliath. My right hand wants to build a house from splinters. My left hand keeps feeding the rot beneath it. My right hand keeps praying over the foundation. My left hand keeps widening the cracks in it. My right hand, conviction. My left, collapse. My right says future. My left braces. My right believes. My left almost. And that is the kind of split the body can't hide forever. It feels like static stitch behind the sternum. Like sleep with its teeth still in you, like carrying a cracked compass in the blood, every road pulling, none of them home, like the needle keeps jerking toward nowhere, like even stillness starts to tilt, like the life in front of you keeps throwing you off course, and that is the grief of it. Not just feeling the split, but knowing the life in front of you has been meeting you in pieces, so I lower my hands. And let that stillness tell the truth that I have spent years learning how to look intact while living split down the middle. I learned early that in some families, a title can swallow a crime whole. Mama. A word laid over a wound like a clean towel on a sink full of blood. Like naming something sacred makes it stop leaking. I found out about the cocaine. And my childhood split its lip on the pavement. Since then, every memory of home has had powder in the drywall. You ever try loving somebody whose love keeps leaving the stove on? Whose arms know how to hold you and disappear in the same week, whose face can still look like mercy while her choices burn the furniture. I carried that confusion like church clothes. Careful, stiff, buttoned to the throat, tried to speak plain about what it did to me, the waiting, the lies, the functional abandonment, and somebody always leaned back in their elder body wisdom and said, but that's your mom, though. As if motherhood is diplomatic immunity, as if giving birth means your hands can't be named for what they drop, as if my grief is supposed to kneel because her title outranks my testimony. Black families know how to turn pain into protocol, know how to call silence respect, know how to make children custodians of grown folks' secrets, know how to hand us a hurt and accuse us of disrespect when we stop kissing it. My mother's addiction was one of the first storms I learned to stand in without a coat. I have loved her in survival mode, loved her with my back against the door, loved her with my wallet, my worry, my weekends, loved her enough to grow resentment like a second spine, hard, hidden, necessary because forgiveness without safety is how sons become shelters for the same fire that scorched them. You know, writing this down could be its own kind of offense. Because in some Black families, image is an altar and secrecy is the oil we keep pouring on it. We will spend more fire protecting the portrait than tending the child bleeding outside the frame. We will embalm a lie before we stitch a wound. We will guard the family name like a front door while grief keeps climbing through the windows. There is such a fervency to keep what was hidden that honesty itself starts looking like a sin. So when I stack the damage high enough to be undeniable, name every fracture like it still belongs to me, and trace the outline of absence where a parent should have stood, I see them reach for her title like a shield, like a word strong enough to bury lived experiences. They look at me at 14, at 18, and again at 27 and say, I hear you, but that's your mom, though.
That's right. All right.
Y'all give it up for Bam the Poet. Dan, I think you missed your calling. I heard that preacher.